Hello travel lovers. In this video, I will be showing you how to book a tour in 5 minutes using Europamundo. So to start, you have to open your browser and go to europamundo.com. And voila, here we are. Europamundo has two websites. There's the Spanish version and there is the English version. You can choose the English version, but if you understand Spanish, come on, go ahead and flex it. L'Español. Is it l'Español? Okay, so now that you are on the website, the first step is to search for the destination you would like to travel to using this search bar here. So let's say I want to visit London. Tap search. Voila, here we are. You can see at the top that there are 117 tours that are centered around London. This means 117 different ways of experiencing one city called London. If you start scrolling through, you would notice that all of the tour itineraries include a price. They have a price tag, and they also include how many days that tour itinerary is for. Of course, these things are very flexible. You can change the number of days. You can either increase the days or reduce the days. It all depends on you. And that means that the price can also increase or reduce depending on what you want. Another thing I would want you to take note of before we move on is take a look at this first itinerary, for example. It is titled Essential England with London. This means all your activities and everything is going to be in London. So if your goal is just to explore London, just be in England and soak up the whole of London, this would be a perfect itinerary for you. Or if you scroll a little bit more, you see that the second one says from Dublin to Southern England with London. If you scroll again, you see one that says from Frankfurt to London. And you scroll again, you see another one that says from London to Berlin. After that, you see London to Budapest. And you'll probably be wondering, why London to Budapest? Now, this is one of the most loved things about Europamundo. You get to travel to multiple countries in one trip. So yes, you're choosing to go to London, but there are so many tours that include other countries, that include other cities. So like I said earlier, if your goal is just to be in London, just to be in England, there are itineraries that are just narrowed down to one specific destination. But if you just love to be surprised, you love spontaneity, you love new things, you just want to explore things that are similar across different geographical locations, then you can choose one of these itineraries that include other countries or other cities aside London. So there are even some itineraries that, put together 4 different countries, but it is all in one trip. So at the end of the day, it's all up to you to decide what you love, what you want, and how you want to go on your tour. So let us assume that for me, and for the sake of this video, let's just go to London. Let's not go anywhere else. Let's just go straight to London and enjoy the vibe. So you go ahead and tap on View Details. So you can see the itinerary of the store. So when you come here, you scroll down, you see there's an itinerary here showing you what you do day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. It's a 4-day store. So on day 4, you're done. But if you would want a more detailed itinerary, you tap here. Detailed itinerary, and voila. You have something that is way much more detailed than the initial one. The initial one is just a summary. On this very itinerary for day 3, for example, you see that by 7:30 a.m. you're leaving London and you'll be heading north. By 9:30 a.m. you'll be in Cambridge. Then when you go back, at the top here, you see a photo gallery. This photo gallery is made up of photos that are submitted by fellow travelers like you and me. So people take beautiful pictures and they choose to, share it with Europamundo, and it can be uploaded here for other people to be inspired. Look at that. So it's up to you. You can take a very cute picture and share it, and you'll put it up here so someone else can be inspired by your view, your lens. Another thing you can do here before you go ahead and book your tour is check out the travel tips. If you're choosing a destination you're not so conversant with, you would like to check out travel tips. Travel tips allows you to see certain things about a given destination and the cities surrounding it, so you know what activities to add to your itinerary or remove from your itinerary, or you know if probably you want to choose a totally different itinerary based on what the tips are telling you. You can come here and see tips for Cambridge. The tips are broken into 9 different categories. There's the bird's eye view. If you are a photographer, especially if you're a photographer, which means you like to, picture things from a very cinematic angle, then you'd always want to check out the bird's eye view tips. Also, if you're not a photographer, if you're just the kind of person who loves to see things from a height, imagine viewing Lagos State or viewing Abuja from a hot air balloon. Imagine how beautiful that looks. That view can be so magnificent. So it depends on you. If you would like something like that, you come here and tap on bird's eye view, and what happens is you have the tip on the places to go to if you would want that kind of view. For this is for Cambridge, right? You see that one of the places you can go to is the Church of St. Mary the Great. See that? So this tells you the places to go to for certain things. If you come back here and you see there are tips for shopping. So let's tap on that if you plan to go on shopping. This is still for Cambridge. Travel tips for Cambridge. So you see this is information on where to go shopping for certain things, best prices, and all of that. So if you're not conversant with your destination, check out the tips to help you. Now back to our itinerary. Another thing you can do before you go ahead and get a quote is to check out your planned hotels. So this is another beautiful thing about Europamundo. They have one of the most, when I say most, it's the most breathtaking hotel lineups for you. So these are the hotels you'll be staying in for this particular tour. You can maybe go ahead and check them out on Instagram, that kind of stuff. It all depends on you. And then another most important thing is to see what your tour includes. This is very important for you to do. This first option, the Europamundo General Services, is part of every tour. Regardless of where that tour takes you to, every tour you book with Europamundo comes with these general services. So you have ground transportation, you travel by bus with an English-speaking guide. And please, the bus is not the regular kind of bus you know. It's a coach bus. It's a modern-day coach bus with lots of tech-friendly amenities, so you can charge your phone in there. It's fully air-conditioned. There's water, there's snacks, and all of it's very, very comfortable. Good leg room, nobody coming to shake you up or that kind of stuff. You're just comfortable and going on your trip. And then, of course, you have an English-speaking guide. You have basic travel insurance. Your hotel is included, so you're not going to get to your destination and start paying for hotel. The hotel is included in the price. Your breakfast buffet is also included in the price. So these are basic things that are included in every tour whatsoever that you book with Europamundo. And then for this specific tour, the things that are specifically included only for this very tour is your arrival transfer and the city tour of London. So the cost includes these 2 extra things. Now, if you've gone through the entire itinerary, you love it, and you're good to go, how do you get your quotes? You come here and tap quotes, and now you are on a new page. To get your quote, you have to choose your departure time, your departure date. When would you like to go on this trip? For this particular tour, notice that the vacancies is only available on the 19th. So you can choose 19th, and then continue. Now you have to choose your room, hotel room. Because I'm traveling alone, it is just me, I'm going to need only one single room. One like this. But if you're traveling with a friend, which means you're two, you can choose 2 single rooms. But if let's say you are 4, for example, or you want to share, you can come here and choose 1 shared room. So this room, you'll be sharing this room with 1 other person. If you are, let's say you are 4 of you, which means instead of taking 4 single rooms, which is way much more expensive, if you're trying to cut down on cost a little bit, you can choose double rooms. So since you are 4, it means you're going to need 2 double rooms. So you come here and choose 2 rooms that are double. And then when you come down to passenger data, you notice that for each double room, you're filling in the age of the 2 individuals, of the 2 different persons rather, that are staying in that room. I'm going alone. I'm going to choose 1 room for just 1 full-grown adults like me. And enter my age. Continue. And now this is the option for customizing your trip. Remember that I mentioned earlier that you can always change the price and also the number of days that you spend on a given tour. So if you want this particular itinerary just as it is, leave the complete tour ticked. If you want to make some changes, like where you start and where you end, tap on the flexible tour and you have an option to do that. Let me explain this thing here. Just zoom in a little bit so you see. On day 1, you'll be in London. Day 2, you will still be in London. And then on day 3, you will still be in London in the early morning hours. Still on day 3, you will then get to Cambridge. Still on day 3, you go to Coventry. Still on day 3, you go to Liverpool. On day 4, you're waking up in Liverpool. So automatically, you're still in Liverpool. And then in the morning hours, you go to Stratford. On day 4, afternoon hours, you'd be in Oxford. And in the evening hours, you would return to London. So you understand all these day 1, day 2, day 3, day 3, day 3. You understand why those repetitions rather, are like that. So look at the heading here. It says I should select where I want to start my tour. Let's say, for example, I have looked at the itinerary and I'm not so interested in activities for day 1 in London. So I can choose that I want to start my tour from day 2 in London rather than starting from day 1 in London as the itinerary says. So for this, I have to tap on the day 2, which is Monday, 28th October, London. I have to tap on that. If I tap on that, what I am saying is that this is where I want to start. And then they will remove the day 1 automatically. And what that means is that I will be left with 3 days, not 4 days anymore, because I removed an entire day 1. So let's go ahead and tap on that. So automatically that is gone. Now you can choose to continue with your itinerary like this, but you can do one extra, customization to it. So let's say you have started in London, but you don't want to end in London. You want to end in Oxford. So you can spend that time, the time you're supposed to use going back to London, you can spend it, just going through, going around Oxford. You can now remove this option here. Now the heading here says, where do you want to end your tour? So I can choose that I want to end my tour in Oxford. I'll just go ahead and tap on Oxford, and that removes the London option there. So here, this is what my itinerary now looks like. I have only 3 days left, and I'll go ahead and tap continue. Now, you can now choose some, extra options depending on your needs. Do you want to add more hotel nights to the start of your trip? Do you require a transfer on arrival? Do you require a transfer on departure? This depends on how you want to go about your trip. It all depends on you. These things are generally personal preference. For me, I will assume, no, I don't need it. I'll just continue like this. No need to toggle yes or no. And so we have come to the point where you can now quote your tour. To go ahead and calculate your quote, first of all, you have to agree to Europamundo's privacy policy. You can just tap on this, the highlighted blue text, to read the privacy policy. If you are the kind of person that doesn't like reading privacy policies, just go ahead and tap yes, I agree. Once you tap on that, there is an option for you to enter your email address. I'm going to enter my email address here. Once you have entered your email address, now something you have to notice, if you enter your email address and there is a space after you have entered your email address, this M at the end, or whatever letter it is that ends your email address, if you give a space, as you can see here, your email will be noted as invalid. So you have to delete that space and ensure that your typing indicator is right on the last letter of the email. Then next, you're going to choose if you're a travel agent or an individual. Well, I am an individual for this purpose. So you choose that you are an individual because you're not a travel agent. And then next is, would you like to fill out the names and citizenships of the passengers? This is optional. You can choose to do it or choose not to do it. If you want to do it, you tap yes. Go ahead and fill out these details. If not, you can tap no. For safety reasons, it's maybe usually advisable that you fill it out so they know who you are and all of that. And in the case that anything happens, they can easily look out for you. Now we're going to go ahead and request a quote. In less than a minute, they will email me this quote. Yeah, I'm not even done talking and the email has arrived. So you see, I will go back to that email later for you to see what it looks like. But everything in that email, you can view it right here on the website. This is the summary of your quote. An important thing I want you to note in this quote is this thing here called quote identifier. This code is very, very important. You know, Europamundo is not in Nigeria. Europamundo is represented by Dipto in Nigeria. So for anything you want to do with Europamundo, you have to communicate with Dipto. We are their representative. So to confirm your reservation, to confirm that, yes, this itinerary is available for these dates and for these details that you have chosen, you need a travel agent to do that. And in the whole of Nigeria, it is only Dipto that is an authorized agent for that. So you have to copy your quote identifier and then send it to tour@diptolimited.com. I'll put that email later on the screen and also in the description for you to copy. If you're a little bit skeptical about this, you're like, why I'm booking with Europamundo and I have to get confirmation from Dipto and then do payment with Dipto. If you're skeptical about that and you want to be sure that yes, you're actually supposed to be transacting with Dipto, this is what you can do. This box here is supposed to be the navigation icon. You know what the standard navigation icon is supposed to be? So tap on the box, which is supposed to be the navigation icon, and then choose where to buy and choose our country operator. So here we are. Country operator for Nigeria is Dipto Limited. You can see our address, which you probably already know if you have been doing business with us. You can see the telephone number here, and you can see the email tour@diptolimited.com. So, Dipto is authorized to transact on behalf of Europamundo as long as Nigeria is concerned. So let's go and see the email that was sent. Again, you see your quote ID. You copy your quote ID. Very important. Then you can scroll through to see the details of your tour. So you've copied your quote ID. Just come here, tap on compose mail, and you're sending this email to tour, so automatically it's coming up here. So at deeptourlimited.com, subject, you want to enter Europamundo vacation, or just something similar, and then paste your quotes, and you're good to go. You just go ahead, send this email, and confirmation will be done. Once your reservation is confirmed, you can go ahead and make payments and you're good to go. So here you go. It's a very easy process, very quick. You can do it in less than 5 minutes and start traveling.